That's not better. Hi. What's up, everybody? My name is Quinlan. I'm doing my first testosterone shot today. And you know what? You know what I thought might be fun? Is if you, whoever you are, and I did our first testosterone shots together. So like, even if you're watching this, I don't know, 10 years from now, who knows where I'll be in 10 years. But if you are starting testosterone in 10 years, 1 week, and you want someone else to do that first shot with you, to experience it with you in real time, I am here to be that person for you if you should ever need it. And also, you know, I'm doing this for both of us. So, yeah. I'm nervous and excited. I'm gonna stab myself. But, you know, if you're watching this video, you might be about to stab yourself too. So yeah, let's get to it. Hi again. We're at my desk now. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I just got back from washing my hands. That's the very important, most important first step. If you have not washed your hands, go wash them, especially if you've been eating, drinking, if you've been doing anything that involves your hands, and that includes just existing. You gotta wash your hands before you do this because you don't want to get an infection. Okay, so real quick before I actually get to psyching myself out of doing the stabbing bit, I'm gonna go ahead and just like maybe rationalize it to myself and show you what you actually need to do your testosterone injection. So first one, the syringe. Yeah, syringes come in different sizes. You know the concept of the syringe. This is what you draw the actual testosterone into. And this one in yellow, this is the drawing needle. So this is what you actually use to draw up the medication into the syringe. This right here, this blue needle, this is the one you actually inject yourself with. So I know that this long needle looks pretty intimidating, because I am about to poke myself with it for the first time. However, this is not the standard, for every type of injection. Me personally, I'm doing intramuscular injections. If you do a subcutaneous injection, you will have a smaller needle. Next up, we have gauze sponges. This is for after you poke yourself, you press this down onto the injection site while you prep the Band-Aid. Another very important step here is the alcohol wipes. Very important to keep everything sanitized, the injection site and the vial itself, because you want to make sure that you're not getting any germs onto that and then onto your needle and then ultimately into your muscle, because that could be harmful. Last but certainly not least, the star of our show, we have our testosterone. As you can see, I'm trying to get it into the, hold on. There she is. The only other thing that is also important that we're not actually going to be using as part of the stabbing process is a sharps container. So for any type of medical waste, specifically needles, you dispose of them in here and you have to take them to a special place to have them properly disposed of because they are regulated medical waste. So you got to make sure that you have a sharps box handy. I also just wanted to take a break right here in the video just to talk to whoever's watching and be like, you got this, we got this. This isn't like a post-editing thing, but like, psyching myself up right now, you deserve that too. You can do this, man, non-binary pal. You can do it. Even if at this point in the video, you've psyched yourself out, you don't want to do it right now, that's fine. You can come back later, you cannot come back later. This is on your time. I believe in you. I'm proud of you for even making it this far. I'm proud of you if you are terrified and you back out because it's just really hard to just, you know? And I'm proud of you if you stay all the way through. Either way. You're perfect and I love you so. Okay, here we go. I'm sanitizing once again because I did remove my hoodie and that means that I touched. So we gotta sanitize in order to make sure that everything is good and safe. And ow, I had a little paper cut. Honestly, that probably hurts worse than the shot will. So we're off to a great start. Okay, so We are taking the syringe out of its nice little package right now. Syringe. Okay, now I take my 20 gauge drawing needle. I remove it. It is capped, so I'm not going to stab myself by opening it. It does have a safe little cap on it, so that is not too much of a concern. This is the drawing needle. And what we're going to do is we're going to put that on to our syringe like so. Okay, now we get to taking this little green cap off of our testosterone. So we just carefully, you know, don't want to jerk it. We take the cap off. As you can see, it's got the little thing you can poke through on top. And then we take our alcohol wipe. We open it. We open it like so. And we're just going to very gently just clean that area right there. Just to make sure that what the needle touches and, you know, the medication itself when it passes back up through, that it's just everything's nice and sanitized. Okay, just to be clear, that foot, that's my roommate. She came back when I was recording.
Hi.
That's her. So yeah, she's gonna be here now. Great. Okay, so I have uncapped the drawing needle. We've established that Brianna is a little bit afraid of needles. It's fine. Okay, now that we've uncapped our drawing needle, what we do is we pull back the plunger to the dose that we have. My dose is 0.3 milliliters. So we just pull it back to 0.3 like so. Okay, now that we have the air drawn in, what we do is we put our drawing needle into the vial. Hands are shaking. Like so. As you can see, the tip of the needle is in the medication. Okay, so the next step is you're going to inject the air that you've just drawn into the syringe into the medication. So we're injecting air into it until all of the air is gone. And then we flip this vial upside down, and then we draw the testosterone to the same marker. So I'm going to draw the actual medication to the 0.3 marker. Like so. Like that. Okay, so now that we've drawn the testosterone, we flip back over and we remove our drawing needle and we recap it very carefully so as to not poke ourselves. Just like that. Okay, now that you've recapped the needle and you've drawn the testosterone into it, what you do is you want to twist to remove your drawing needle from the syringe. You can now discard this drawing needle. You don't need to keep it for memorabilia. Okay, now that you've disposed of the drawing needle, you need to take your second needle. This, for me, is a 23 gauge. This is the one that you're actually going to use to inject the medication. So you're going to open that and you're going to attach it to your syringe, like so. She is now secured into position. She's not going anywhere when we inject. Okay, now that she is securely attached, what we do is we uncap her carefully. There she goes. Okay, now that she is uncapped, what you want to do is you want to make sure that there aren't any air bubbles when you inject. So as you can see at the top of this syringe, or maybe you can't quite see, but there's a little air bubble at the top there. You might be able to see it better if I like scoot it around. But yeah, you can see that. So we want to get rid of that. Hi guys, it's Editing Quinlan here. I made a mistake here. I didn't flick for bubbles, or I didn't show myself doing it, so, yeah. Now we're going to, fix that, and so, sorry if the rest of the footage is a little bit off, but yeah, you're supposed to flick the bubbles and then inject it off. Thank you! So what you do is you just very slowly push up the plunger. You don't want your medication to spray out, but you just want to very slowly push it up. Try and get rid of that air bubble, and you want to just do that until you see like a little droplet of the medication coming out through the syringe at the top, because that means you've expelled the air bubble there. Oh, see that? Okay. I think we're good. Okay, now that we have cleared it out, and because when I was pushing out the air bubbles, I did push the medication up through the needle and we saw that little droplet, that's how we know that we're all good. So now I get to just very carefully recap this while I prep the injection site. LOL. So I actually got really close to filming the part of the video where I actually inject myself. Then I chickened out like big time. So right now it's the next day. I did sleep in this shirt. I apologize, but it is the next day. So we're trying it again. I'm just nervous. Like, I mean, I did actually check. It is okay. It's fine to sit in the syringe. Because I was nervous about that because I didn't want it to like whatever. So yeah, we're trying this again together. Okay, so you want to make sure that your leg is relaxed because it's going to hurt a lot more if your muscle is tense. That's why I've rested my leg as I have, and I'm sitting on a chair. Okay, so I've positioned my camera. I am by myself. I'm going to go ahead and, as you can see, the circle did actually survive. We're going to clean the site with a nice little alcohol wipe. Okay, I'm ready. Okay, I don't actually feel ready, but I need to just go ahead and do it before I, like, psych myself out. So I have my needle. It's at a 90-degree angle, like, above my skin in my little circle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stretch out the skin, and I'm going to press into a little bit so my nerves are kind of distracted by that. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to, like, stick it in, okay? Okay, I can do this. Hi, it's me again. I did not actually speak while I was giving myself my injection, and so yeah, this is gonna be me actually narrating what's happening. So right here, this is me actually like pinching my skin to the side and getting ready to stick the needle in, which I just did. Yeah, it took a lot of effort. Really nervous, but I managed to do it. And so what I'm now doing is I'm pulling back the plunger on the syringe to make sure that there's no blood and that I'm not injecting into my bloodstream. I pulled back, there was no blood. So now I can actually get to the part of injecting the testosterone, which I am about to begin. Alright, so as you can see here, I'm pushing down on the plunger very slowly because testosterone is very thick and you cannot inject it quickly. But yeah, I just injected it in. I held it there for an extra second just because I was nervous. I didn't realize I had pushed the plunger all the way down already. But yeah, we're all good. We're all done. Now I'm getting ready to pull the needle back out. There I go. And yeah, that's the end of the process. I'm grabbing my gauze sponge to compress the little needle wound while I prepare the Band-Aid. Yeah. So that's it. I just compress it. Everything's good. It didn't actually hurt at all. I didn't even feel it, not even when it pierced the skin. It was really, really so much easier than I thought it was gonna be. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of it. And at last, after 24 hours, I get to put the Band-Aid on my shot wound after being so scared. Hey, if you made it this far, I always wanted to thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you taking this little journey with me and starting my transition with me. I hope that if you're watching this and you are also just starting your transition journey and you're just doing your first injection, I'm really glad that I could be here for it. And I hope that maybe it helps to have someone to do it with. Thanks again. I hope you have a wonderful day.